Hey guys, welcome back to Vaping Haven today. I know it's been a little while since I've made a video. A lot of exciting things have been going on. I'll give you a little sneak peek right now of one of these little side projects of mine. It's going to end up being a pretty major one. I'll just give you a hint. I'm not going to say anything about it. Going to have a little bit more of an official announcement in a later video. Just give that a week or so. Or maybe 2. But today I got a review for you guys. It's actually 3 reviews. It's more of those MtBakerVapor juices that I've tried in the past. I have Moo Juice, Green Apple, and Arnold Palmer today. They just happen to be 3 flavors that I'm really fond of, so I figured I'd review those as compared to the ton of other MtBakerVapor juices I have all over the place. These happen to be 3 of my favorite. 2 of them are VG and 1's PG, and I'm going to give you guys a close-up look of each liquid. Okay guys, so the e-juice that we're going to be reviewing today, first of all, is going to be Arnold Palmer from MtBakerVapor. This one has, as you can see, 2 flavor shots, and it's max VG. I got Green Apple, which was a sample. It's 80 PG, 20 VG, with no extra shots. And a sample of Moo Juice, which they did happen to send me in full VG. And it is 0 flavor shots, because it is a sample. Alright, let's get into the review. Okay, so the review today I'm going to be doing on one of my new units. I happen to pick up a K100 Camry mod, which is an all-mechanical mod. It has a kick inside, and it's basically just a standard 18350 battery with a kick attached by a magnet, and then you just put the cover over the top. And I will be getting more into this product when I actually do a review of it. I couldn't see, only having a variable wattage, variable voltage mod and not have a mechanical mod to go with it. I've kind of been looking into rebuildables and trying to get into that. So I figured I'd get comfortable with a mechanical mod and all the safety beforehand before I get into that. I do have one dripping atomizer, which I'm going to be using in the future and right now for e-juice reviews, just because I can finally just drip a couple drops and, give you a review of it. Whereas before I had cartomizers and I had, tanks that took 3 to 5 milliliters, and, it's just impossible for me to vape that much for you without going to the hospital and then try a new juice. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the review of Arnold Palmer. So I'm just going to put a few drops, give it a good shake, of course, get all that flavor mixed around. Just a little tip, if you don't happen to know much about e-juice, I would shake the crap out of it. Try to do it until you can see, little specks all over the place, little air bubbles. That usually means that you've shook it enough where the air's been able to move around, which is a pretty good sign. Alright, so first off, the Arnold Palmer, I'm going to put in a few drops. One more for good measure, and put my drip tip back on, and take my lock off, and let's get into it. So first off, Arnold Palmer, great flavor. It's only been steeping for about 3 or 4 weeks now. It does have a little bit of ways to go. I think it could be better with a couple more weeks of steeping. It really just tastes like a generic iced tea with lemonade. It doesn't necessarily taste like Arnold Palmer, but it's a great taste because lemonade and iced tea are 2 amazing things. So you put them together, you can't go wrong, right? So definitely a good flavor. Really good if you like iced tea. If you like lemonade too, even better. Mostly a lemon flavor though. That's the kind of the main component, most likely because lemon is in both of those 2 things that this is made out of. So, but anyway, let's get into Green Apple. And Green Apple actually tends to be something that I vape on a daily basis. It's best out of the dripping atomizer, so a lot of the time I don't find myself, since it is an 80 PG, 20 VG, I don't tend to stick it in the tank. I usually just put it in the dripping atomizer and just enjoy about, 10 drags of it. I'm going to put about 4 drops in there just because I really like this one. A little bit of excess juice. Another little tip for you guys, as far as excess juice goes, look into buying these. You can buy packs of 5. They're made for getting the water off of cars. so they're completely absorbent. You can throw them in the washer when they're full of juice. And I bought about 5 of them for, I believe, $4 on eBay with free shipping, and it took 2 days to get here, so I really don't have to go through paper towels and all that. So that's a little tip, you know, for some of you that go through paper towels and tissue paper like crazy with this stuff. But let's try the apple. The funny thing about the green apple is when you have this out of a tank, at least the tanks I've had, which would be the Aspire Nautilus, the Kangaroo Pro Tank 3, and the Mini Pro Tank 2 when I was still using that, they all kind of taste as if it were a candy apple, and when it's on the dripping atomizer, it tastes like a fresh apple. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's a heat difference. Maybe this gets a little bit more. I would definitely say this is a warmer vape coming out of this. It's a 2 ohm resistance atomizer, so it's a little bit higher. I usually go around 1.8. I do have some that are 2.2, but this one is a warm vape, so it tastes like a real apple, which I love. Really, really good flavor. This might be one of my favorites, not just with MtBakerVapor, but period. And it's an 80-20 juice, which I don't normally vape. It's only my samples that I ever get 80-20, just because I don't usually have a choice. And this is a solid flavor, even in PG. I usually have problems with harshness with PG and sensitivities, but great vape. Not a ton of vapor, but it's PG. And I'm also running on a battery that's probably not even full, so. So yeah, green apple, amazing flavor. I would say if you're still looking at MtBakerVapor and haven't bought one yet, buy green apple first. And if you usually have, you know, certain problems with PG, I'd say try 50-50 with the green apple. You might be surprised, because even in the 80-20, throat hit isn't that harsh. It's kind of, it goes with the apple. It's kind of like it's supposed to have a kick to it almost. Like it matches its taste profile, if you will. So for the third review, I'm going to go ahead and put some Moo Juice in there. And this is one of the best sellers on MtBakerVapor. It is actually, it's kind of a strawberry cream flavor is what I get out of it. It kind of reminds me, I'm not sure if anybody is familiar with the lollipops that are ice cream flavor. They're kind of like half of it's pinkish red and half of it's white, and it's like a strawberry ice cream kind of flavor of lollipop. There was a specific company that used to make them and put them in these big metal tins and sell them, and I remember them from when I was a kid, and they tasted amazing. They were way better than any other lollipop you could get, and this is pretty similar to that. This is one of the newest flavors I've gotten, so it's only been steeping for about a week, and I've been vaping it anyway. I don't think it's quite there yet, but on a dripping atomizer, it almost doesn't even need to steep. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a review of that. Drip a couple drops. There goes my drip tip. Let it get around in there. And let's try Moo Juice. So a little bit more vapor. As I said, I'm still running on low battery. This taste is exactly like a strawberry cream lollipop. If you've ever had one of those before, go buy it. Just go buy it. It's 100% VG. It's one of the only samples they've ever sent me that was max VG. I actually had to contact MtBakerVapor and find out if the written on label actually meant that it was max VG. And I did get lucky, and it was. So a ton of vapor, and it's an awesome flavor, really. I mean, you can't beat strawberries and cream. I think if you don't have a dripping atomizer and you only have a tank or some kind of other setup, I'd recommend letting it steep before really trying it. But if you have a dripping atomizer, right out of the package, you shouldn't have any problem with flavor. It's amazing. It's like one of the better flavors. Just a really good all-around flavor. You get the strawberry, you get the cream, you get everything, and you can taste it all at once. It doesn't just come in bunches like some flavors do. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Just wanted to bring you guys 3 little reviews. I know I haven't done an e-juice review in a few weeks, so just wanted to bring you up to date with some of my favorite juices at this moment. I do have some juices that are coming in pretty soon that I'm going to be trying out. I'm going to let you know a little bit more about the vendor when the time comes. And I have a bunch of really interesting flavors. A little sneak peek hint. One of the flavors is going to be peanut butter cup. I'm really excited about that. So So we'll get into that as soon as that gets here. In the meantime, guys, stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. Really helps us out, helps us get more, exposure on YouTube so that I can bring you guys better reviews and more information so you guys can enjoy your vape as much as possible. But in the meantime, guys, vape on, and this is Vaping Haven, out.